Alright guys, this is inaccurate. So you've probably experienced this once or twice or a lot of times in your life. Whether you're in the driver's seat and driving to work, or going to Walmart, or doing some weird chore that you don't want your parents to know. Or you're in the passenger seat and your mom's complaining about you how your wife's boyfriend makes more money than you. So picture this. You're on the freeway, you're driving like 70, you know, a respectable amount of speed in America. Then all of a sudden the car in front of you starts braking, and then you wonder why you went from 70 miles per hour to now 50 miles per hour. Well, that's most likely because a semi-truck decided to merge onto your lane and drive everybody's speed down. And then the scenario becomes, there's one semi-truck on the right lane, and then there's another semi-truck trying to pass that semi-truck. Now, that's not really a big deal, right? These kind of things happen all the time. It doesn't just happen with semi-trucks. It happens with trucks, it happens with cars, it happens with bikers, it happens with a lot of people. But this kind of phenomenon is most noticeable with semi-trucks. Mainly because if you're on a very shitty two-lane freeway, you're going to notice you slowing down, you're going to notice the car in front of you slowing down, and you're going to notice that for some reason, you're going slower than the cars in the right lane. And you're kind of wondering why this is, but all you can see is that your vision is completely blocked by this giant freight. And you also might be wondering, why would a semi-truck decide to pass over another semi-truck? Usually they try to keep in the right lane so that they could get off easier, and you know, they're usually going at a slower speed so that they can brake easier as well. Well, that's the ideal case. There's a lot of reasons why one semi-truck will want to pass another semi-truck. For example, the easiest one off the top of my head is that the semi-truck in front of him is going slower than he wants to. So the guy just decides to just merge onto the left lane, sometimes not even using a blinker. And then, you know what? He tries to go faster than that semi-truck. But by doing so, he kind of triggers the slower one. And then the slower one doesn't want to get passed up by the one trying to get past him up. So then they're both just kind of in this stalemate racing position where the one that's trying to pass him is probably going like 1 to 2 miles per hour faster than the one on the right lane. And while this is happening, many of these cars behind them are getting very pissed off and frustrated, me included, because I like to just go at like 70 and just keep cruising at 70, but I keep having to slow down or hit the brakes because of this. Another one I've seen is that sometimes the semi-truck in front of him would brake for like a split second, then he'll just decide, fuck this, and then he just merges onto the left lane. It is usually for the most petty reasons that I see them just kind of merge onto the left lane and decide to kind of pass up another semi-truck. And this also kind of ties into the name, because if they're playing truck grab-ass, that means when one semi-truck passes the semi-truck, the other one just kind of gets triggered, and then he tries to pass the one that passes him. And then they become this never-ending game of grab-ass. So the scenario I said before, this was a very simple scenario. This included about 2 semi-trucks and about however many other cars. A more extreme scenario is if you're driving in rush hour and now there's 10 semi-trucks all in the right lane and they're all going about the same exact speed. And worst case scenario, the one at the farthest back will decide, I don't like being in the back, this is going too slow, so he merges onto the left lane during rush hour, and then he slows everybody fucking down. It is the most horrible thing. And then he will go probably 61 while the other semi-trucks are going like 55, hopefully. And while he's going, you can kind of see like the envy in like the other semi-trucks, because if you'll notice, while he's trying to pass every other semi-truck, there's going to be some of the other semi-truck drivers that decide, hey, I don't want to be passed by, I want to be in the front too. So they decide to merge onto the left lane and proceed onwards. Now, not all of them do it, but some of them do. And you know what happens when there's 10 semi-trucks in a row, and then each one of them is playing grab ass and trying to pass each other to be like top semi-truck driver? It creates this very big bogged down like traffic situation where everybody's angry and you're wondering why the guy behind you is fucking tailgating you. He's probably an asshole, but you know, he's probably tailgating you because he's getting impatient that you're getting blocked by a semi-truck in front of you. It's a pretty shitty situation, yeah. And I'm just gonna say this right now. There is no solution to this. The semi-truck drivers are not sorry that they do this. They don't like being behind other semi-truck drivers because I secretly think that they actually hate other semi-truck drivers. Those are the top people in their list that they do not like when they're driving. So what was the point of all this? I just kind of want to point this out because I know a lot of people have experienced this. Even if they own a car or if they don't own a car or they're just in the passenger seat, they're going to wonder why they're going so slow and why the trip itself is taking so long. This was a phenomenon I thought I would shed some light on because I've been driving a lot lately and this shit has been driving me really crazy. Really crazy. Now, there's a lot of things I didn't really mention either. I said this is the worst on like those little shitty 2-lane freeways, which it is. But during like 3-lane freeways, it's usually better because they're usually passing each other, but they never go on the fast lane, you know? So, you know, if you just get on the fast lane, you could just pass by them. This does not apply to Los Angeles because I know Los Angeles semi-truck drivers will just go on the fast lane and block everybody. And they won't be going fast either. And I didn't include things like weather conditions, like if you've ever had a semi-truck driver play Grabass during like snow or heavy rain or fog or just any kind of like weather condition, you're going to be really afraid for your life. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to rant about this. That's pretty much it. I'm out. Bye.